Hello everyone, February 24, 2023. Welcome to Daily Stock Market Update. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family so everybody can get educated and make some money. All right. Okay, so daily SPY chart down 1% today. So no need to worry. Okay, we are finding support on 200 SMA line. We had a gap down day today. This morning we had inflation number PCE, which is Fed's preferred inflation reading. So it came hotter than expected. So market gap down and market was not able to fill the gap. Okay, so I'm expecting this gap to fill. So there's another gap created today. So from today's close, first gap is going to be 1%, second gap is going to be 2.5%, third gap is going to be almost 3%. Okay, and then we have this market downward sloping trend line. All right. So as of now, I'm expecting two paths. All right. One path is which is already highlighted here. Okay, in green. Okay, so what that means is we're gonna grip higher. There's another resistance here. It's not gonna go straight up. Okay, so probably fill first gap, go down a bit, fill second gap, third gap, then downward sloping trend line, and then eventually these upper gaps. All right. And the second path could be we bounce. So bounce is happening for sure. Okay, so we can find resistance here or here. Okay, so one of two places will find resistance. Okay, so I think most likely we'll find resistance is this on this downward sloping trend line, and then we go down again. All right, and then we find support here in March. Okay, 384, and then we bounce higher. All right, so let me draw two lines so you guys can see. All right, okay, maybe let me try to color this in a different way. Maybe yellow. All right, so there are two scenarios, but you can see what's the end goal. End goal is higher. All right, so do not worry. Don't think market is crashing. Don't listen to media. Nothing. I know inflation is high. Feds are going crazy. They will increase rates. Don't worry about anything. All this can happen, but not until for 6 months. I'm very bullish on for 6 months. Okay, so March we have to be. We can either bounce higher now, or we can find some resistance in one of these gaps. We can go back, get another dip in March, and then eventually go higher. Okay, so there are two scenarios. Regardless of which scenario we take, if you're holding longs, don't worry, just keep holding to them, keep holding your stocks, do not sell in a panic, and just keep holding them. Okay, and if we do get this dip in March, that will be the best buying opportunity. Okay, so let's see how it goes. All right, one other thing on 1 hour chart, if I go to futures, which is this US 100, okay, you can see what's happening here. All right, so we now started building better bullish momentum. Okay, so you can see PPO is going higher, and here we actually RSI does not really have. We had yesterday bullish RSI momentum, but now today we almost kind of lost it. All right, so only one of the indicators is showing bullish momentum. Let's quickly look at Nasdaq. Same thing with Nasdaq. Nasdaq is showing bullish momentum, but RSI PPO is showing it, but RSI is not showing. Okay, so anyhow, we'll see. Maybe it looks like we might go Monday another lower low, just likely to make a divergence on RSI. If not, then we can bounce from now. All right. I'm not too worried because I know long term, next few months, we will be higher from where we are now. All right. VIX, you can see at one point it was really high, around 23, but then it crashed. And towards the end, we had a really good recovery in all markets. So we have to keep an eye on this daily 50 SMA line, red line. Okay, we want VIX to close below that and then close below 20 for a rip high later on. Tesla was down at one point heavily, almost 5%. Okay, now if you look at daily chart, there's this trend line. Okay, you can see Tesla is not breaking. Okay, so it's possible today was the dip, or it's possible we can go slightly lower around 180 and then rip higher to fill these final gaps. Okay, so we're almost there. All right, so what's happening here, you can see we had a big gap down. If I show you on 1 hour chart, you can see we had a big gap down. So at one point in the morning from yesterday's close, we were down almost 5%. Okay, almost 5%, but then it recovered really nice. If we go to daily chart, you can draw a support line here around 196 ish, sorry, 191. Okay, this is 190, 196 is the price. You can see how many instances we played with this line. So there's a huge support here. All right, so if this support breaks, there's another support around 180, but we are getting closer. All right, so eventually If you're holding Tesla, keep holding it. My targets are, so one good thing, if this if it's gonna dip more lower around 180, actually my target will become even higher then. All right, so my target will be a new high then after that. So I don't think it's going to stop here. I think eventually it's going to go probably at least to here, which is 300, almost 300. It could even go to almost 400, but I will be trying to take my profits here around 315. All right, so the lower it dips, the higher will be my profit taking targets. All right, so keep that in mind. That's what I am expecting on Tesla. All right. Okay, let's quickly look at Nasdaq ETF triple Qs. Again, if I go to 1 hour chart, it's here. You can see what's happening here. You can see 1 hour auto. You can see we created another gap here. All right, so you can see there's a gap here around 296, 297, and you can see through 300 there's another gap, 303 there's another gap. So it's a lot of gaps happening right now. Okay, so the from here, from today's close, it's 1.7, 2.83, and then almost 4% up. All right, and then there's downward sloping trend line. And if I go to daily chart, you can see what happened here. We're finding support on 200 SMA line. All right, so this dip, let's see if same thing, this could happen. Like, I think it shows better on Nasdaq. We can bounce, find resistance here, and then dip here, and then bounce higher. Okay, that's a March scenario. So keep an eye on that second scenario as well. Okay, so there are two scenarios, but at the end, the long-term picture is higher high from where we are. Okay, so don't worry if you're holding your stock. Don't panic sell. Now it's not the time to sell. Okay, it's time to buy any dips you get. Today was really excellent day to buy. Okay, so keep that in mind. Bounce is coming very soon. US 30, which is Dow Jones. Again, it's going below the wedge. I think this is going to be a bull trap, sorry, bear trap, and eventually we're going to go higher. Let's quickly see if we see any divergence on this. PPO is showing divergence. Okay, this one is showing RSI is showing divergence as well. So you can see we are going lower, and we are making a divergence on this. All right, and even PPO is showing divergence. Okay, so Dow Jones is showing bullish momentum on momentum indicators. Russell 2000 is also showing. You can see RSI is going higher, PPO is going higher, price is going lower. So we expect, actually two indices are showing bullish momentum, and two are only PPO is showing bullish momentum. Okay, so I think we're almost there. It's just a matter of, oh, let's quickly look at QQQ 1 hour chart. Okay, one hour chart is also showing divergence. Okay, you can see PPO is showing divergence. All right, and also RSI is showing divergence. Okay, so futures are not showing it, but cash market is showing it. Okay, same thing with SPY. If you go to SPY 1 hour chart, you can see divergence is showing up. All right, so we are very close to a bounce. All right, okay, now going forward, oil oil is behaving exactly like I predicted. It's bouncing. All right, so again we found support here. Now we are bouncing. Natural gas, wow, 4.5%, guys. All right, I even told you yesterday, just buy this. If you bought yesterday, even if you bought this morning, you were more than 4.5% up today. Okay, you could have bought UNG if you're trading US equity market. UNG was up 5%, 5.2%. And if you had Canadian HUN, you can buy that ETF. I think it's a bit 1.29% because it's the trading principle is a bit different than UNG. It doesn't go as low and it doesn't go as high, but it's still very good compared to natural gas, which has more volatility. All right, and Bitcoin is selling off. Okay, Bitcoin is selling off. It's getting closer to my target. If you go to BTC futures, this is what I showed everybody. There's a big gap here around 20K. So weekend is coming, okay, and we had a down day in market. Bitcoin is up all weekend, so it's possible we can get the flush down this weekend in the next couple of days. So if that happens, if it goes anywhere, so there's a support here on 50 SMA around 21K, then 200 SMA, and then 50 SMA is around 20K. So if we get this dump over the weekend, all right, anywhere between 20 to 21K, that should be a best opportunity to buy. Okay, so I do expect this weekend is going to be some nice moves by Bitcoin. All right, so be prepared for that. Dollar. All right, dollar. So one of the reasons why we see weakness in gold, silver, Bitcoin, and equity market is because of dollar. All right, this is my trend line. If you can see my projection, it's moving higher. I think it's almost there. It might need another quick pump to touch this 200 SMA around 106 and then dump higher. Okay. So if this up pump happens very quickly, maybe on Monday we get one final move on gold that will take it to 1800. That's my target. Okay, 1800. We're very close. We are only like how much percentage away? You can see we are like maybe 1% away. Okay, if we get, oh no, 1% away from 1800, 1790, but from 1800 we are almost let's see, 1800 is almost like 0.6% away, so it could happen as soon as Monday. All right. Silver is also selling because of weakness in sorry, strength in dollar. All right, today it's showing like a bad candle. It went below 200 SMA. Let's see if we have major support. Yeah, you can see there's a support. So we are in a major support area, support here as well. So we're very close to finding a bottom on silver. All right. Same thing with gold, which we talked about. TNX, which are treasuries, you can see we are going higher since we broke this downtrend. Okay, but I expect this to come down, backtest this trend line. All right. So this is what I'm expecting to backtest and then go higher. All right. So what that means is when we get down, there will be strength in equity market, and then when we go high, maybe March will be bearish. Okay, so just be mindful of that. PFIX is what we can buy to trade TNX. Okay, and let's see if there's anything else. Let's quickly look at Apple, all big stocks. Let's go to 1 hour charts. Let's see. Okay, another gap created on Apple. All right. One thing to see, which is a very good uh, what happened on Apple today, you can see if I hide all these lines and all, you can see we gap filled today. All right. Yesterday we were not able to fill this gap. Okay, if I try to move this, look, there was a gap yesterday. We had a slight gap open. All right, and today we filled it. Okay, this whole gap is filled, which is a very good indication that now today could be the bottom on Apple. All right, and also there is this downwards trend line. All right, you can see this dotted trend line, white trend line. We are right around that. Okay, so it's possible that today was the bottom on Apple. All right, Amazon. You can see, let's see 1 hour charts. Let's see if we have any gaps here on Amazon. All right, another gap here. All right, another gap here, and then a gap here. All right, there's a gap here. So all these gaps will be filled very soon. So next week I'm expecting a bullish move. All indices I'm expecting bullish moves. Google also another gap created. All these gaps will be filled, guys. All right. Meta, another gap. Not able to fill this gap. Okay, even on Meta. Netflix, yeah, we still have this big gap. So yeah, so basically any stock you take, Microsoft is a gap city. Okay, another gap created today. So all these gaps will be filled. All right. Um, Nvidia had a very bullish gap. I don't think it's going to be filled soon. All right. This earnings gap, uh, I think it's going to be filled probably later half of this year when we expect big major dump. And anything else we have to see? No, I think that's about it. And yeah, let me know if you want anything else to review. One last thing I wanted to show you is this is actually I should have shown you at the beginning. This is the Thinkorswim chart. All right, this is my favorite chart. You can see this is giving an indication we could dump as low as 38.23. If we go anything below 38.23 to 3600, that's a real buy zone. Basically, we are in a chop zone, right? So this dotted line, we are in a chop zone, and if we go to above peak, which is 4300 is my target. If we reach that, that's when I'm going to be selling. Okay. And also this is the another chart which is so this chart is for Nasdaq. All right, we are very close to purple line. Purple line is the buy line. All right, so this is like a short-term chart. So you can see on Nasdaq what's happening here. All right, on Nasdaq, every time we touch purple line, we go above that. That's the perfect area to sell. All right, so we should have sell here, sold here, sold here, sold here, or shorted here, and bottom below purple is the buy zone. Okay, buy here, buy here, buy here. All right, again above purple, sell here, sell here, sell here. and now we're reaching purple line. Okay, so let's see if on Monday we get a slight dump. That will be perfect opportunity to buy. And I think eventually it's gonna go to 12,713. All right. Okay, guys, that's it from me. Have a good one and have a great weekend. All right. Bye.